Okay, now that's working at least. Why did everything decide to just stop working all of a sudden? Love that. I love Elgato. I love Elgato. I love them. I love it. You? I think it's you. I think that's the correct one. All right. That should be working now a little better. I'm glad it's peak. I'm probably not going to be super hyped today because, one, my voice is still a little shot just from who knows why. Who knows why? I don't know. Just life just like that to me a lot. It's not like I live alone and don't talk to anyone all day, but still lose my voice even though I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. I'm sure the iced coffee's not been helping, but I need it to live. Also, I got people working on my fence right now, so I don't want to be saying any cringe stuff or yelling or pogging out anyways, because there's people in my backyard right now. So, we'll probably keep the all that and whatnot to there we go. I'll turn myself up a little bit, though. I'll turn myself up just a smidgen. How's about it? How am I at? How am I sounding? Oh, boy. Can I at least get... Let me see. I don't think I got spoiled. Like, literally, when I just... Like, the only time I would have gotten spoiled is because I just have to get, like, stupid music in the background. So I have to open YouTube for, like, a second. And I saw a certain individual in the in, like, a Brago thumbnail. So that's about it on being quote-unquote spoiled. But all I know is that there's a certain character that is in it. There we go. Now I got clip guard going. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Also, boop that a little bit. No, I'm just getting a new nice fence. I got just a nasty chain link fence that big boy Chopper over here likes to get in and about and around and about. So I'm spending a whole bunch of money to get a nice new big old fence. Let's see. No. I don't think any of the crew is gonna be in this chapter. So who do we need the spirit of today? We need. You know what? We're gonna put Zor right here. Why is that so like that? I can lower this a little bit. There we go. Now I can see Thor a little bit more. Less than my faith. It'll be fine. It didn't break though. I was really hoping it'd sound better today. It's been bad since like Monday. But when it rains, it pours for me. So, but let's go ahead and get into it. Last chapter, start. We got Harold and his both of his wives. One being a little better than the other. We got the birth of Hyruden. We got the birth of Loki, baby Loki climbing the mountain, decapitating bears as a baby. And we know that within the year, his mom died, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if she's going to be dead by the time. I think she is, though. I think we're past that at this point. So we're going to see what Loki's up to. My one prediction is like, when we see in Lola, man, I've been waiting for that Lola stuff to be relevant. And it feels like either it's better be, if not this chapter, it has to be the next chapter. Depending on how fast this is all going. I don't know how I feel like this backstory, this flashback is not going to be as long as like the Kuma flashback or nothing. Which, next week or this Sunday, I guess in a couple days we're getting the episode. We're getting the episode, you know, the one that we've been waiting for a year and a half now. Which, you know, I was thinking about reacting to that, but I don't know. I don't know how much of a good react streamer I would be. And plus Sundays are weird for me. But I don't know. I'm excited for the anime this next week with the Kuma stuff because it's like that's probably my favorite chapter like in all of post time skip One Piece is the episode that's about to come out next Sunday. So but I digress. Because we got to talk about Yamato, of course. Yamato at the grave of a hero born in the West Blue and brought up in Ringo, born in West Blue. Huh, I guess I forgot that part. And he was born in West Blue and not. Huh. Ryuma was born in West Blue? Did we know that? I feel like that's kind of important information. That he's not native to Wano. Especially because, like, there's a good chance that, like, he could be, like, related to Zoro. I think that was, like, kind of implied. Being a one-eyed... I never watched that one shot. I know they did that, the Ryuma episode on Netflix or something. I never saw it. I never actually caught it. I need to check that out. Still. Like, it's niche information that doesn't matter because Zoro's backstory doesn't matter. But I don't know. But they're just checking it out. I don't know why Ulti's like, ooh, look at this. Like, why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care all of a sudden, Ulti? Why do you care? All right, no notes. And the chapter was called I Can't Even Die, which, you know, is Harold saying that? Is Loki saying that? We'll see. I mean, we've seen Loki take a lot of damage, so, you know, Loki's not like Big Mom levels of immortal or nothing right now, so... I know. I don't have. Yeah, I need to check it out. Oh, look at that. This is the perfect thing to put on. Okay. Yo ho ho. All right. Elbaf's past. That's not a good Oda note. That's kind of lazy. Of course we're in Elbaf's past. Oh, look at her. It's your girl. It's your girl. Ooh, your girl's here. Ooh, okay. Already. Okay, we're starting with Big Mom. Okay. I looked down and I saw her. I saw my girl. I'm like, I've been waiting for this. I'm waiting. The Big Mom flashback is becoming relevant again, Sonny. Can you believe it? Oh, I'm so happy. Lord Yarul, the oldest man in the present day. That's kind of crazy to say. That implies that he's literally older than both Emu and the Gorosei, which I don't know if I believe that, but, you know. But probably besides Emu and the Gorosei. I guess that's confirmation then. So that guy's not important then. That's almost like, oh, okay. I thought it was like, okay, we're going to get like a big reveal of like who that guy is, because that guy might be important later in the story, and that's why he's silhouetted. But now I'm like, okay, no, I don't have to worry about that guy ever at all. Okay, cool. Then we don't have to worry about him. He was probably still older. But, you know, Oda boxes, you know, usually don't lie, so I don't know. Cascade Beard Yorl was struck down dead at the hands of a certain young girl. Her name was Charlotte Linlin, a mere human. Yet she left a large part of a giant village in ruins. She would later go on to become an emperor, earning the epithet Big Mom, Big Mamu. That same year, Elbaf faced a string of tragedies. It was calamity after calamity. Sudden fires, windstorms, and bitter cold waves devastated the crops. The abnormal weather also brought fishing to a halt. This once magnificent land had fallen into famine. That's a really good illustration of all these really cold giants. I feel like that doesn't look like Oda's style usually. This one giant right here with the harpoon. I like that illustration of him. Man, so bitter cold, famine, Big Mom being bad. It's all 100 billion. Goodness gracious. Sure, Gil. Now, do you see? This is all that child's doing. This land was cursed because you all failed to kill it immediately. No, surely it's just a coincidence. That's a different guy. Unless that's the same guy with a beard now. Passage of time. Ooh. Meh. Go. Yeah. It's staring at me. Yeah. Prince Loki. Oh, he's just barging through the door. Barging right through the door. He's like, I'm here. Take it away. Don't ever let that monster near me again. Oh, that's a big baby. That's a big baby. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Prince Loki. Prince Loki. You have to keep away from your mother's room. And he keeps crying. I'm not making these noises no more. I'm trying to recover my voice. Gouge out those monstrous eyes. If left unchecked, his curse will grow till it brings about this nation's collapse. And he's like, I'm hungry. Sorry, sweetie. That was the last bit of bread we had. Okay. Elbaf is not doing muy bueno right now, and Harold ain't even around right now. Supposedly, he's out having adventures. You're going reaving? We could easily steal from the human. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, now it might be time to do like the pillaging stuff because they're in famine, so it might be time to do some pillaging and stealing. We could easily steal from the humans. Ain't that how it's always been in Elbaf's history? Don't be ridiculous. A senseless raid on them would only bring Elbaf to shame. That's the law of the land now. Those bastards from Hunter's village are attacking. What are they? It seems they've hit other villages too. Quick, arm yourselves. Don't let them loot the village. Okay, so there's a little bit of civil war. I like that. I like that because, Elbaf is known as Warland, but, are there, wars on Elbaf, or are the people of Elbaf just always going to wars, But now it's just like, no, okay. No, they're having wars with each other now, too, so. Oh, yeah, no. She's done for. That lady is done for. After pushing that out, yeah, he'd be done for. Honestly, those horns probably nicked something, on the way out. Just saying. No one was talking about that. No one was saying that in the reactions. Hey, what about them horns though? Baby animals. A baby goat and a baby deer. They don't come out with horns. They don't come out like that. They show up later. Whatever. Internal giant struggles weren't unheard of during desperate times. But these incidents only resulted in making the period more severe and bloody. The country was engulfed in chaos and mystery. I heard a rumor about that princeling born in the castle. He's cursed. And the bitterness festered as spirits broke. Hey, wait! Mr. Hyruden. Hey, Hyruden! Your brother doomed this country with this curse. Huh? As his elder brother, you'll take responsibility as a sacrifice. Oh, no. Oh, no. And what's her name? I've already forgotten her name. I'll find out in a second. What are you talking about? Don't you know my son's a cutie who's going to be the world's longest living man? What? Okay, that's a... Is that his dream? Is that his dream? You know what? Everyone's got to have their wacky dreams. Being the longest living... That's the first I heard of this lady. Okay. The longest living man? Ida. That's right. You're nothing but an outsider who seduced Harold. Go to hell. I love this country. Oh, goodness. Don't lay a finger on my mom. And then what is this? I'm gonna flatten you. Ooh. Ooh. He got, Harold. He's got, same flattening powers as a Tontata over here. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, were people actually, I don't know. I never really saw that happen myself, but it was never that bad. Well, I digress. But okay, cool. Harold protecting his wife and child. Epic. Daddy! King Harold! Dang. Where'd your lips go? Sometimes Oda forgets. Oda kind of just forgot. Brothers, you must not fight amongst each other. The king? Word reached me about Loki's birth and the recent famine. I was building a report with various nations. When the news came, our allies acted without hesitation. They loaded tons of food and supplies to be shipped here. Humans may be small in stature, but not in will. Okay. Our allied nations came together to ensure that we got enough to truly fill and satiate our giant bellies. We will graciously accept their aid. Dig in and fill your hearts with gratitude. Harold? How are we supposed to dock on this island? Yeah, it's as big as you'd expect. So, a bunch of... I don't know who's saying that. Should I recognize that laugh? Maybe I will in a second. But, okay. Cool. A bunch of nations. Okay, so him, like... People are actually coming to their aid. That's pretty neato. Politics. Does every single person in every single one of these nations, are they happy with what their leaders are doing of sending aid to Elbaf? It's just like, these giants are big. We don't have all this food to give away. What's up with that? We kind of need this food ourselves. Why are we sending all this food to people that aren't us? We're in need over here in our country. So why are we worrying about foreign aid to other countries when we got things to fix in our own country? But One Piece isn't political at all. No. Oh boy, the liberals are gonna have a field day with this chapter. They'll be like, see, it's political. Yes. This is what's happening in Elbaf. So this is how all countries should act to every other country. that I say. Except for that country. We don't do it to that country. We got to do it to that country there. But I digress. If these good folk are ever in a pinch, it'll be our job to return the favor with all our might. Okay. You know, gift of reciprocity and whatnot. Okay. Remember, this tiny world is ours to share. Estrid's dead. Ooh, big oofers. Queen Estrid continued to publicly declare that the plagues suffered by Elbaf were brought on by the accursed prince right up until the eve of Harold's return. She denounced her son with bitter hatred until her final anguished breath. And Harold's actually sad too. You know, it was an arranged marriage, you know, but like, you know, he had 2 wives, but that don't mean he can't not have 2 wives. I don't know. Things were different. Things are different. When you're a king, you know, when you're literally a king, it's weird. I don't know. I can't relate, Harold, not gonna lie, but you know, it is interesting that like he is like crying at this and wasn't, you know, just like, you know, my weird wife that, you know, was arranged to me by these weird elders, these weird silhouetted elders. Which I wonder if we're going to get more of. Oh, there's a big guy. Oh, he's not that big. I hope he's getting that hair, though. Naturally, the people believed her passing was part of the curse. Loki, my son, my boy. That's good. I like that. That's a good illustration right there. I like that. He's almost got like the Zorro hair right there, you know? I'm not gonna lie. Which we know he's gonna have like super long hair eventually, but he was born with a condition that affects his eyes. I understand. What a pity. Well, he could see, but he can't even smile for me. I guess it makes sense. He did just lose his mother. At only a few months old, Loki had given up on love. You sure have a lot of scrapes. No, those are... Ooh, what are they? Scrapes. Or are they from her? They're from her mom. I don't know. Like he works 2 jobs. Yep. That's crazy. A condition that affects his eyes, and he could see, but I wonder if they're hiding his eyes or if his eyes were gouged out by her, which that could happen later in this chapter. It's revealed that he like actually doesn't have eyes anymore. And that like he actually can't see and he's just like seeing through hockey. I mean, like we've got a blind. We got an admiral who's blind already, so it's not like it's not possible. I don't know if like if we read back throughout all of Elbaf and we're like, oh, he's blind, but like he's like just sensing everything with hockey. I don't know if that would all like check out or not, or if it's just like, okay, no, he was definitely like seeing through all that, but I don't know. But Harold's diplomacy soon started to bear fruit, and Elbaf's winter finally came to a close. Right, so, but Elbaf owes a lot of favors now, so... Which, you know, in the real world, that's not how foreign aid works. There's no reciprocity after foreign aid in the real world. It's just like, okay, you gave me foreign aid. Guess what? It's a couple years later. I need more foreign aid. That's how the world works. But I digress. Branch Route 1? That's right. It'll help build inter-village trade and communication. Branch Route. Did they have... I guess they had that throughout the story. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continue to be prioritized. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continued to be prioritized while other things became an afterthought. Freak! Estrid's older brother was appointed as Loki's personal steward. Oh, get these alcohol village losers out of here. Freak. You freak. Oh. Excuse me. This is the realm of the dead. Isn't it dangerous here? Ooh. Hold up. Okay, no. Now we got to go back. We've seen this bar before. The coastline keeps this area separated so the beasts won't come near. Okay, that's actually good to know. The coastline keeps this area separated. So it's like so this little area that they've been going to is like practically like a little island then. Harold, father reputation ain't looking so good so right now. I mean, yeah, he's a working man. He's not worst. You know, in terms of like on dragon levels of abandoning your son to, do the greater good of work, And like Dragon, helped Luffy twice, back in Goa Kingdom and then once in Logtown. So, Dragon's helped twice, and Harold we've seen him help once. He protected, his family, came back and did that once. But he's not being like secretive about it though, which is good. At least he's not being secretive about things, and he's not, he's a leader. He's just, he's just got a leader job, so he's just away for work a lot, My dad is like that, he's got to my dad travels for work, but he came back. My grandpa, traveled for, went there all day and then came back for work. It do be like that. It just do be like that, Some dads got to travel for work and are busy people, so, You're so cute when you're worried. But she's being the bartender where that other lady was with Colin. That's interesting. Don't you have training with Elbow from the West Village? You should head back. This is Edith's Tavern, you hear? Fishermen, castaways, even pirates. I'm ready for any and all customers. With any luck, I'll be of help to Harold. Okay. Good for you. That's really cool that spigot right there looks like an axe. That's really cool, actually. It looks like an axe. We'll see. I don't know. 56 years ago, Jerul's house, up in the clouds. You were at the scene of the reverie incident, Harold. Yeah, my friend was one of the invited kings. He smuggled me in as one of his guards. What? 56 years ago at a reverie. Definitely not a reverie with shakes. I don't know who else would be here. Maybe Neptune at this point, but probably not. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without blowing my cover. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. Murder at a reverie. If he were caught, all this would be the least of your worries. Haven't you heard the tale of the Gale-Ra Warhammer Company? What? They're that gruff troop of giant shipwrights that are armed themselves with warhammers, right? I thought they were just a myth. Galley-Ra, not Galley-La, Galley-Ra. Well, duh. Great Hammer Battalion Furigana might be a spin on Galley-La. Yes, obviously. Great Hammer Battalion. What's up with that? So there's a group of giant shipwrights with warhammers. Oh, that's pretty cool. Would this be 56 years ago? I mean, I don't think that this has to do with Tom at all. I mean, Tom's around at this point, but Tom's alive at this point, but I think it has to do with Tom. No, they existed. They really did travel far and wide, sending letters back to Elbaf. I received the final letter myself. It said they'd all been captured. Can you believe it? Over 100 warriors were taken prisoner, including an ancient giants. Also, they completely glazed over Mother Carmel. I'm just now realizing that. Mother Carmel might not be mentioned at all in this. I don't know if in my original predictions that I even mentioned her at all, though. I was really hoping there'd be like a connection between Mother Carmel and Saul, because Saul's like, but Saul wasn't from Elbaf. Like at first I thought like the I'm not from Elbaf thing. Wasn't sure how true that was, but now it's just like, okay, Saul definitely wasn't from Elbaf, so that wouldn't be a thing, so. So is this just like a different kind of pirate crew then? I don't know. But they were captured. I guess they weren't like bad to Elbaf, though. They got captured. You think the world government was responsible? There's no doubt that they once faced a great enemy. However, they sank deep into the ocean at a certain point in history. To be blunt, and he's watering his stuff. Good for him. There's probably a deeper reason why your ideals haven't worked out, and it has nothing to do with you. Lingering animosity? Huh? These are just rumors, but I also heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. There's no way those frozen giants all the way in Punk Hazard are becoming relevant to... There's no way the frozen giants all the way in Punk Hazard are finally becoming relevant again. No one ever talks about those guys. That's like something that I never hear brought up ever, because people don't like Punk Hazard, which I need to do a reread of, because I feel like I think I would actually... I don't know if I would dislike it or enjoy it more at this point. I don't know. I want to go back and reread it or rewatch it. Now that Fishman Island has been like sort of fixed in the anime, I might actually get back to watching, because I've never seen any like I went from Marineford to Egghead pretty much anime wise, and I haven't seen Fishman Island to Wano. I've seen some Wano, but not really a lot. One of them more dead. I'm gonna have to go back to that for sure. But I'm wondering if that's the Warhammer Company or if this is now a different thing. I need to keep reading this, actually. It seems our people are regarded as enemies of the larger world. Oh, okay. It's just like, okay. So he doesn't know. They're just like, there's rumors about some frozen giants. And it's just like, okay, what's up with him, though? I don't know. But this is all for just a point of him saying, like, I mean, the ideals have kind of worked out because people saved him. Like, a bunch of nations saved Elbaf during the famine. So I don't know why he's saying, like, your ideals haven't worked out, because I mean, like, you got the foreign aid. Law was all right in Punk Hazard. I'm more interested in seeing, like, the Straw Hat dynamic there, because a lot of people, and, like, I agree with this. Actually, this is, like, what I was thinking, but I've finally heard more people talking about this, about how, you know, how the Straw Hats, the importance of the Straw Hats and their character writing and their interactions, you know, have taken, like, a huge backside post time skip. You know, if you look at Egghead, you know, definitely that's, like, the biggest thing of, like, even though that's a great arc, you know, none of the Straw Hats did jack diddly squat. And, like, even in this arc, you know, the Usopp arc, you know, we're halfway through Elbaf and Usopp still hadn't done jack diddly squat, you know. And a lot, you know, there hasn't really been any character moments of the Straw Hats besides just them being there and just being like their archetypes. But I feel like, and people are like, oh, no, none of the, like, Whole Cake had, like, the Sanji stuff, and that's great. That's why Whole Cake is goated. But, like, that's it. Like, Sanji had that thing in Whole Cake, and that's kind of what, then we expected more of that, and then we have not gotten that, and we didn't get much of that beforehand in the rest of things. But I feel like I want to go back to Punk Hazard, because I think it had more of those Straw Hat interactions than people like to admit with the body swap stuff, which I'm always a fan of. I'm a fan of that trope, so I think that's always fun. I don't know. Eventually, I might go back to Punk Hazard, but I digress. Oh, especially, like, after, like, all the Egghead stuff, I want to go back to Punk Hazard and see all that, you know. Clearly, but I've already resolved to face any hurdle. Prince Loki, I know you cursed and killed my little sister. Prince Loki? Ooh, is this like a gay guy? Is that why? Is this guy just gay? Did he put little hearts behind him because he's gay or something? Should I be like, Prince Loki? I know you. I can't do the gay voice with a. You know what? Bail. We're gonna bail. We're gonna press the bail button on that. Prince Loki. Now let's see what kind of garbage we'll be serving up today. Why, the horse of fortune died, the steward's body in the realm of the dead. And he's growing. 48 years before the present day. So how much time? 56 to 48. So Loki's in his, like, 10s or 12s. The villages drew closer in terms of trade and identity, and the nation stood together. My dream is to join hands with many other countries around the planet for the giant race to be welcome all over this grand world. King Harold's son is so cool. He's changed so much. He's going to be a king who will go down in history. Well, you look thrilled, Hyruden. Is it because your illegitimate Prince Loki is the true heir, right? You're just an illegitimate throwaway. Oop. First time we've seen a Loki smile. Ooh, does Loki get off on being mean to Hyruden? Oh no. This is the only time that Loki feels joy. This is the only time we've seen Loki feel joy, is when he's being mean to his older brother. Also, Loki's, like, grown up, but Hyruden has not changed at all yet, which is interesting. This is a disaster. King Harold's already left on his voyage. They're coming. Close the doors and get the children inside. Beat them all up, guys. This is Elbaf, the world's strongest country. We don't need weaklings here. Loki, driven by scorn, unleashed chaos onto Elbaf. He laughed at the feeble as they ran. All right, so he's going around. He's being a silly guy. You know? He's just being a bit of a brat. He's being a bit of a brat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He's getting them lips too, yeah. And it looks like this guy tried to dress him proper and stuff too at a young age, but yeah. His horns came in pretty quick though. He laughed at the feeble as they ran. Hey, Loki, who this guy? Who this? Who this? 48 years ago, who this? 48 years ago, who this? I mean, this is... 48 years ago is this before God Valley? I forget. Oh, it's got to be before. It's got to be before. Oh, this is just Hyrule. Anyways, Dad went through hell to rebuild this village. Huh? You think you get to call my father Dad? I don't get why everyone respects him. He's dumb for trying to play nice with those human insects. That's crap. We should all try to see from each other's perspectives. Don't get cocky just because you're big. Being cocky is my right. I'm the prince. Don't you dare talk to me, runt. Ooh, he took a big old beating from him. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh yeah, no. He was looking fly as a little child right there, you know. But he is being kind of a bully. He's being a little bit of a bully. He's being a bit of a bully right now, I do declare. Just a little bit of a bully. But it's interesting how we're going back to like the message that Ida was giving at the beginning of last chapter of like, hey, you can't act this. You being born big was just like circumstance. It was just like a luck of the draw that you were born this big, you know. So, but now Loki is like, being cocky is my right. I'm the prince, you know. He's like, you don't get to be cocky because you're big. Oh, it's my, you know. Haruden. Oh, there's little Gerd. Stay back, Gerd. He'll think you're his friend. Loki will hit you next. We are his friends, you dummy. Haruden, are you okay? He needs first aid. And he's like, it's just the power of trust. He's going to go full Jiren. Bruh. I need to watch Super again. I need to watch Daima still as well. I need to get on that now that that's done. I think the dub's out for that too. I need to get on that. You're so pathetic. I could puke, Haruden. You're just a group of weaklings huddling together. It's because of your mom's filthy blood. Oh, there's just like a giant animal right there, by the way, too. Just acting aloof. So there's Gerd. I don't remember. That's not Road. Road's got a big scarf and stuff, I'm pretty sure, so. And there's what's his name. But is that... No, that guy's older. The guy who was at Saboti, that guy was older than the rest of them. Who's this little guy? I don't know. Maybe I know. Young master, that's going too far. He's still the son of a king. He's also a prince. Don't call him a prince. He's just whacking with his big club. Loki spread pain and destruction, but nothing he did filled the hole in his heart. And he's looking away, he's like, and it's like, he's smashing. He just like fell. I can't even die. Oh, he's so sad. He's still so sad on the inside. He's just like Gatsu, where he's just acting all cool. But then, when he's by himself, he's like, Man, I need to get back into Berserk. So when he went, I mean, this is obvious, Kaido, parallels, trying to kill himself by falling off of Big Island, by falling out of the sky. Except he's doing this as a kid. But it seems like he's actually kind of doing it for the same reason. He's just he just wants to he's actually trying to off himself, and he's but he's doing it as a kid. So it's kind of oh man. I'm just thinking about little Kaido. At this point, he would be, he'd be Kaido. Man. Remember when Kaido was the strongest person in the world? And people were just yeah, Kaido's the strongest person in the world. And now we're at a point where I don't know. I don't want to downplay Kaido, but his introduction of, he's jumping off of islands to try to kill himself. We're getting a child doing that on the regular now, so, He still got his eyes, though. They haven't been gouged out yet, so that's good. What's the deal with this island? Where's the welcome committee? Rawr, rawr. Oh, we found one. Look, it's a giant whelp. This is definitely Elbaf. Yeah, this brat's got one hell of a devil face. I know he's a giant, but he's a bit too big. Isn't he a bit too big? Hey kid, why are you crying? Harold spotted this. I'm hiding my face right now. Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. Oh, he single-handedly killed a Navy HQ admiral and vanished without a trace. This feat earned him a massive bounty in the government's ire. All right, kid, you better say yes to both these questions. I ain't the type that takes no for an answer. First off, this is Elbaf, land of the giants, yeah? Second, we'll find Harold here, yeah? Rox D. Zebek, future captain of the Rox Pirates, father of Emperor Blackbeard. Okay. So they just said it then. They just straight up went and said it then. And look at that, he's got the eyelashes. Too. Oh, he's not even a short king either. Huh. I'm surprised they just went up and said it. With the hair thing, yeah, I think so. I've never seen Dr. Stone, but yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, so who cut that mountain? I assume that Zebek just did that. Like that's almost like you almost missed that right there, where it's just like he just falls down here. He's like, ugh, he's just like sobbing. He's just kind of on his own, just trying to sob and stuff. And then just right in the background, Rox is just he just cut an island in half. I assume that's him who did it. Though I don't see. You think it was Shiki? Maybe. I don't think Shiki did that, though. I mean, Shiki does have some swords on him. And it looks like Stussie's got a weapon, too. But Rock's over here. I almost like it that he's just trying to get through, so he just like cuts an entire island in half, you know. You better say yes to both these questions. I ain't the type that takes no for an answer. First off, this is Elbaf, land of the giants, yeah? Second, we'll find Harold here, yeah? So this ain't the rock. So they're not the Rocks pirates yet. For one. And then that is crazy that they just said it. They just flat out just said, okay, father of Blackbeard, which is like people have been speculating forever that Rox and Blackbeard, there's got to be something between them, you know, the saber of Zebek, you know. But that means that Blackbeard's name is Blackbeard, or Blackbeard. Wait, no, his name is Marshall D. Cheech. Does that mean his real name is Rox D. Teach? Not Zebek. Zebek's the first name. That's how that works, you know, because of the monkey thing. Huh. Saul would also be alive at this point. Interesting, but not that matters. But he's got a big old Harry Potter scar. It's crazy how he his face looks like him though too. And he's holding the two. I think that just has to do with like the questions, but almost I don't know. So he gives that aura that he just like walked through and like just like did that, and he just like cut the whole mountain in half, you know. I don't know. In the context of the Odin flashback, it made it not seem like that, but I feel like how would he not know? I mean, like, bro, why you got a fatty as a kid. Also, like that nose. He's got that Blackbeard's got that nose too. He's got that schnoz as well. And it looks like this looks like the cool version of Blackbeard. I'm too lazy to go back to that Punk Hazard chapter, by the way. I know I said I was gonna, but I don't feel like it. I gotta get to work soon. Luckily, I started earlier because I've been waking up earlier anyways. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, assumedly. You know what? No, that does make sense. Like it says father of Emperor Blackbeard, but it's probably a situation as though like they never actually knew each other. Like he didn't raise him or nothing, because that's why he doesn't have the name. Unless there was such a thing that happened where he had to change his name, or he changed his name or something. I don't know. Or if it's just like he never knew. They never actually knew each other. But I'm wondering now, though, if there's just like parallels for each other, like if Blackbeard's big Machiavellian plan has anything to do with his father, or if it's just like, okay, no, his father was just a really strong guy back in the day who was really important, but he had his own stuff going on, and I'm going to have my own stuff going on that's going to be unrelated to my dad. You know, I wonder how that is going to work. Man, like we're seeing Rox. Like no more silhouette rocks. No more silhouette rocks. And that was the one thing I got the one thing I thought I was getting spoiled on is that I saw a thumbnail with Blackbeard in it, so I thought that Blackbeard was going to be in this chapter. But it looks like this is why. So I guess I did not get spoiled technically, so Akainu's father? Maybe. That's what he said. Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single-handedly killed an admiral. Like, I kind of glossed over that. It was an admiral and vanished without a trace. So, admiral level, you know. So this guy right here, pretty strong because the admirals are pretty strong. So this guy's a pretty strong feller. Already 8 years ago at this point from this guy. I wonder. We know that Harold snuck in as a bodyguard to get in there. We don't know who with. I'm thinking it may have been Neptune, but I don't know who else he would be cool with. He's so big. How can like literally the biggest guy ever be, be like, oh, this is my bodyguard. I don't know. I kind of wish he didn't say though. Because I saw the face and I was like immediately like, oh, this guy is probably Blackbeard's dad. Like we didn't I don't think we needed the epithet. Hot take. I think that it could just be like inferred by his drawing that's Blackbeard's dad. What I'm wondering though is are you like Lucky Roo? Am I similar to Lucky Roo? I don't know. Do I like to eat while shooting guns? Have I ever shot a pistol with a big piece of ham in my mouth? No, sadly no. But it is my birthday next week, so maybe I should do that. Do I enjoy Lucky Roo? I do enjoy Lucky Roo. I like because I like that because that was the first. That's what kind of got me hooked on One Piece was like that panel. I wasn't sure about it in chapter 1 while I was reading it, but then I saw that and I was like, it's cool. But then Lucky Roo hadn't done nothing in 25 years. Important. So it'd be weird to be like, oh, Lucky Roo's my favorite character. The guy who's done literally one thing in 25 years. If you like eating while playing FPS game, you're kind of like Lucky Roo, but only in game. I guess so. Do I remember you? I don't really. I have trouble remembering people who aren't regulars too much, but I'm pretty sure I said similar things. I remember saying someone, well, I don't know if you said, are you like Lucky Roo or do you like, you are like Lucky Roo. I'm not reading. I don't know why I'm like Lucky Roo. I don't understand them. I don't know. Understand why you think I'm similar to Lucky Roo is because I'm a big fat guy. I don't know. Lucky Roo doesn't have a big old beard though, so talking about fat guys with beards that I feel like Blackbeard would be more applicable almost. I remember seeing that panel back in the day of Blackbeard versus Ace. and just being like, this is so goofy. Because, like, this big, fat, ugly cartoon character is going, I am darkness. Like this big, fat, goofy guy is saying literally the edgiest edgelord thing in the world. And it's coming out of fucking Blackbeard's mouth going, I am darkness. And it's just this big fat guy with a huge nose. Well, I'm not bald right now. I do need to shave my head again, though. I might do that for my birthday, actually, this week. Oh, I meant to get the head shaver this week at, what's it called, on Prime Day. I forgot. It's too late. Oh, man. I was meaning to do that. Whoa! I got 10 viewers right now, which is weird. I have 59 views. It's so weird how, like, I've been getting, like, weird, like, in the background view, like, the view count on these videos have been high, even though it's just like, okay, no one's actually watching. People are, like, stopping in for, like, 5 seconds and leaving. It's weird. It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle. Thank you, Zorro, for helping me during this chapter. You made it a good chapter. You know what? Though next week we got to throw Nami on here for next week. We better see Lola You know what? Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. That's weird. I don't believe it. I don't trust those numbers. It's weird though. Some of my live streams, some will say like 2 views, and then some will say 190 views. And like it says I have 60 views right now, which is like I don't understand why. I had a feeling it'd be less because I came out with it late. And it depends on the thumbnail too. I just threw Loki in the thumbnail this week. I might throw Blackbeard in the thumbnail next week. You know, we'll throw a Hail Mary on that. You know, I got lazy. This week on the thumbnail. I kind of reused one, but just changed the colors around. But we'll throw... We still got to get Lola. Now that we got rocks in here, that shakes things up a little bit. Because it's just like, okay, Lola might not be showing up for a little bit then. we might have some important things. So, you know what? I'm not going to throw that out yet. We still got to see Lola eventually, but... I don't know what's going on with this music, though. But no, I'm excited now. This is good stuff. This is good. Getting good meals right now. But man, like no more silhouetted rocks now. He's here. He's not a short king no more. We know that for sure. Why does he want to find Harold? We don't know. I don't think it has to do with the world. Well, it's probably because they did something during the reverie. I think that Rox wants to find Harold because something happened during this reverie. My neighbor is mowing, and it makes my dogs go crazy. I don't know what that is, Vishwas. I don't know what that is. Is that a YouTuber? Or is that like a D's Nuts joke? I don't know. Whenever I see weird stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, is this like a D's Nuts joke or something? So, you can do your D's Nuts joke now, if that's what that is, because I don't know. I'm not going to say it, though, just in case. I've been tricked before. You're at the scene of the reverie incident. My friend was invited. He smuggled me as one of his guards. I think that's Neptune, but I don't know who else it would be. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without blowing my cover. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. Boy, Sunny girl. Oh, he's the Indian Prime Minister? No, I don't know about the Indian Prime Minister being in One Piece. I don't know. What was it, like a cameo or something? This is a very political. This is a very political episode chapter. With themes of foreign aid and whatnot. Oh, I'm sure the One Piece political people are having a field day with this one, being like, see, they helped Elbaf, so this country should be helping this country, but not that country. Shouldn't be helping that country. That country, though, we should be helping that country. Not gonna get that here, though. I don't know if those are the same pirates. I think those are two different things. I don't know what's up with this shipwright pirate thing. Oh, that's my fence people, probably. That's them working on my fence, by the way. That's the loud noises in the back, if y'all can hear that. Yeah, I wonder how the shipwright, why did you specifically call them like the Warhammer? Like, that's cool. I don't recognize any of the people. Like, this guy looks really big in the back right here. So, and it says like including ancient giants. It's not like he didn't say people with ancient giant heritage. He said ancient giants. Like, let's not brush over that. Like Ord's Junior-esque people. Or's Junior is like around, by the way. We need to like not. Hey, y'all, cut it out. Don't need to forget about that. But Or's Junior's like around. I don't know how important he is, or if he's going to be in this flashback at all. But he's probably making moves at the moment, unless he's like that young. There's no way he's that young. I mean, I don't think this guy in the back right here looks like Or's Jr. at all, but I don't know. This one guy looks like Kong almost, and this guy's got like almost like Robotnik looking mustache over here. This guy looks like a monkey. Like, literally has like the Donkey Kong like hairdo right there, And that guy just looks like a cool looking giant, but they have hammers, which I think the hammer could be, what? Now that I'm thinking of like Ragnir, Loki's hammer, I have a feeling that's why these shipwright guys are important. A frozen ancient giant in Thriller Bark? Do you mean Oars? The pretty much main antagonist of Thriller Bark? Yes, there was a frozen giant on Thriller Bark. His name was Oars. There was a big fight with him. I did watch Squid Game 3. Golly, those. It makes me so worried. Like, if they actually do an American, like, English-speaking Squid Game, if that's what they're actually doing next, if that like meme cinematic universe thing wasn't a lie and they're actually doing like a US Squid Game thing, I hope they get a different director, because the English-speaking parts in Squid Game are so bad. That was the worst part. Whenever they would like cut to the English-speaking people, the acting and directing was so terrible. They didn't have that in season 2. They really only show up in season 3, but it's so corny and bad. Like, it was bad in the first season. That was obviously the first part. But in this season, like, you can absolutely. I think there's a cut of season 3 where if you literally take all of the English-speaking scenes out, the story still flows the same, because they don't actually affect anything. It's literally just like, Asian TV commentary crap. But no, they can literally, like, when you watch season 3, you can literally take those scenes, you can just grab those out, and it'll be the exact same story, and it'll flow better, and be better. And I just assume that he's just like not good with directing. Either that or there's just like someone else directed those scenes. And like the Korean director did not direct those scenes. But whoever directed those scenes should not have an entire show to themselves, is all I'm saying. Because if they actually make like an English speaking thing and it's shot and directed and acted in the same way as the English parts of Squid Game, oh my gosh, it would be literally the worst thing in the world. Whenever like a white person is on screen, it's literally the worst show. It's literally like the worst thing on Netflix, like legitimately. Like I can't think of like a worsely like directed and acted thing besides like someone like the really bad like sitcoms. Ha ha ha, Mr. Beef reference. I don't know, but he's doing his own stuff. They already showed that white woman at the end, so I don't know. It is weird that they were playing a very much Korean, game on the road. I feel like they wouldn't. I don't know. Besides that, though, I did like season 2. How it felt very different. I feel like the stakes during the very last game were like that last game was very like intense. Admittedly, I think so. I don't know, and the way it ended, I think would be a good end to Squid Game in its entirety. I think that if we never got any more Squid Game anything for the rest of time after this, I think we're good. Technically, there's more stuff that can be done, but I guess it's good. I'm not complaining. I think the games in season 3 are really good. It's just that, but and also like the way all the storylines converge with like there's the worker. And then there's the actual like game, like the main character, and then there's the cop. And I feel like those 3 stories don't really intertwine all that great. Like they never really affect each other in like meaningful ways. Even like at the end, I feel like it's all like very separate from each other. But especially like the girl. But I don't know. If you don't just stick on One Piece, you could talk about movies, other animes. Well, I mean, if you look, have you seen my channel? When was the last time I made a video on One Piece on my YouTube channel, sir? It's been a bit. My last 2 videos have been a vlog and me playing Splitgate, so. But my next video will be a One Piece video. I have it written up. I just have to film it, which I was hoping to do that this weekend, but I still don't have a voice, so I might not be able to film it this weekend. So, but I got to stop making promises on that. I'm not playing Roblox. Bro, I got 5,000 views on a Fortnite short. Literally yesterday. Literally yesterday. So, there you go. Literally. 5.7 thousand views on a Fortnite short yesterday. So, we're talking about variety here. I got variety. That's why I don't have a big channel. It's because I have too much variety. No. The way to grow is to very much stick to a niche nowadays. But I don't care. I don't care about growth. I'm just here to have fun. It's not like huge or nothing, but it's neato. It's neato. I used to get big views on TikTok back in the day. Like I would get like hundreds of thousands of views on my TikToks, but then I got like that's how a lot of channels are. It's just like once you get off of things, it's hard to like get back onto that again. Things die down a lot. Yeah. You only get One Piece in it. Well, yeah, I guess so for like live streams. I don't live stream video games on here. I mean, like once I really only stream video games on my Twitch. Like I'm going through Bloodborne right now. Well, supposedly, once my voice gets back, I'll get back to some Bloodborne. But I do a lot of that on the Twitch side of things. And right now, I'm sticking to only One Piece live streams right now. But though, once I do some, I'm going to be doing some D&D on my channel eventually, maybe before the end of this year. But I don't know yet on that. But I might get back to doing some D&D live streams on the YouTubes eventually. But I am late for work, so I got to go. Appreciate the advice and all that and whatnot. Yeah, I'd probably have better views too if I didn't sound like this every single stream. So hopefully, well, we'll see. Next Friday is my birthday, so I don't know if I'll actually be in town or not to stream that. So I might have to do that way later in the week, or I'll try and get that early on a Thursday. But we'll see. I'll probably end up doing at least a Friday morning stream if it's out by then. But yes, thank you all for stopping by. But I gotta go. Good chapter. Rocks time, baby.